What's up guys, SHOCKWAVE640 here, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Prime Commander Class Shockwave, and he was the one who won the voting from yesterday, of course. And also, before we get to the review, I'm attempting a new setup here with my recording studio. And as you can see, I have two smaller G1 Shockwaves right below my logo, which of course is based off of G1 Shockwave. If you guys like this new setup with these miniature Shockwaves standing back there, tell me down in the comment section. If you don't like it and you think it's kind of stupid, tell me, and then the next time you will never see them again. But just to bring one in close, these are from these little blind bags for Transformers. They're just simple little G1 Shockwaves, a little bit of gray paint here and there, yellow for the eye, of course. I do wish that this chest piece and the hand and the gun were pink, but they don't look that bad in gray. So we're gonna set him back there. So they will be back there while I'm reviewing this guy. So let's just angle this camera down a little bit. I'm actually gonna move these guys because they're throwing off my focus. So moving them out of the way. And now let's do some size comparisons. So of course we have, it's the exact same kind of thing as one of these, except this is Transformers Prime Shockwave, which of course that's who this is. This thing I don't like because they didn't paint any of this stuff here on the back gray, when all of these antennas here on his head and all of these fins there on the back should be gray, and yet they bother painting in the dark gray and the light gray on the backs of his arms. So I don't get it, but here he is, and he's got a strange looking hand, but just thought I'd show that off. Of course, with Combiner Wars Shockwave, right there. Here we have Swerve, right there. Here we have Fall of Cybertron Shockwave, who just fell over for some reason. Here we have Fall of Cybertron Shockwave, who's standing very wobbly for some reason. There's Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. And the Voyager class Transformers Prime Shockwave, who I reviewed quite a while back. So if you haven't seen that, do be sure to check it out. Man, sorry, my allergies. I was mowing grass again today. Whoa, just got lightheaded. But so here he is. Now let's just take a quick look at him. He's not the best looking tank. It's definitely sloppy. The colors on this guy I like a lot more than the Voyager class one. But like I said, it's really sloppy. I mean, you just clearly see his arm there, which was on the Voyager. But this one just seems a little bit more obvious. And then just back here just looks really junky. But other than that, it does look really nice. Especially from head on and above, looks kind of cool. And then from the side, it's kind of meh. And then from the back, it's also kind of meh, but it's the back of a tank. So, he can shoot a missile, but I lost the missile, and it looks stupid anyways, because it stuck out like that much further. Also, I want to point this out. He looks like he has a face on his gun. See? Eye, nose, mouth. It's like, hey, how's it going? So, it kind of looks like a face to me, and this would be like a beard, but I can't unsee it. Once I saw it, I can't unsee it, and it also kind of looks like he's wearing like a helmet or something, so just kind of stare into that. As he gets closer to you, he's mesmerizing. Very, very mesmerizing. I'm sorry. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. You need a little bit of fun in your life. Not fun of your life. You need fun in your life. But, so of course, paint-wise, he's got this very metallic pinkish paint. He's got this sparkly purple paint, which I really like. He's got silver, he's got a metal flake, dark gray, almost gunmetal. Then he's got this metallic kind of looking dark gray plastic. And then he's got light gray, which is also silver. And I believe that's it. And then he's got a little tiny little dot of red on his eye. So let's get down to the transfer. Oh yeah, and also articulation. You can move these around if you want to. They are just on his legs, ball joints. And if you untab the cannon from his crotch, you can use that ball joint there and angle that however you wish, but it is meant to attach down, much like the Voyager size was. So let's get to transformation. which is really funny because the transformation is almost exactly the same as the Voyager. So what you want to do is you just want to untab the cannon, which of course just uses this tab and tabs right into that little slot on his crotch. It's a very strange place to put a little slot, but it is there. So basically you just want to point the gun straight up. You want to bring this chest section up to get it out of the way. Going to rotate the knees out. And then you're going to bring these legs out. This little square tab will actually go and fit right into a little divot right there so that the leg's not moving around. And then just straighten it down. Do the same on this side. Just kind of rotate the knee. His knees are quite stiff. I do wish they were a little bit more loose, but what are you going to do? Then you're going to open these little flaps right here. You're going to untab his arm, which uses this little strange looking tab and goes into the, once again, strange spot placement, but the little hole on his butt. So then you're just going to swing that out on this armature like so. Just kind of get it there. Do the same with this side, but swing it back. Kind of lock that into place. It does have a stopping point. You will hear it like that. And then you can just kind of bring the arms out so they're out of the way. You're going to bring up his head on that hinge. You're going to close up his chest. You're going to fold this panel down as you push that up, completely forming his chest. And then you're going to bring these down, which in turn will raise up the spikes, although not very well. Mine has a strange defect where I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here, but mine, his spikes don't ever want to stay even. So I had to angle this one down because this one goes a little bit higher than the other one does, and I'm not exactly sure what it is I'm doing wrong. It might just be the shape of the spikes. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but so I just kind of angled that down a little bit. Kind of get them all straightened out, and then you flip up his feet like so, and then you just get him standing, and there we have the Commander class Shockwave in his robot mode, which for some reason looks almost a little bit more impressive than the Voyager. So bringing our size comparisons back in, here we have the mini Shockwave. Might as well just bring in one of my little G1 Shockwaves right here. There we have another Shockwave. Here we have Combiner War Shockwave. What am I putting him over here for? Here we have Dominoes over here. Here we have Swerve. There's Swerve. Standing up Shockwave because he fell over. Follow Cybertron Shockwave again. He wants to fall backwards. And then the Voyager sized Transformers Prime Shockwave, which there you can see the differences and the resemblances. So they look very much similar, although this one's not exactly screen accurate. Well, I guess neither of them were really screen accurate, I guess you could technically say, but this one is a little bit more screen accurate. It's just at the pink, or if all the purple on him was a little bit darker, and of course his eye was painted a heck of a lot better, he would look so much better. And then this guy is just not really screen accurate just because he's out of proportion. Like his arms are too long and his head is too big. This is the proportions that Shockwave should have. But so let's get close and look at the details. Of course, there's his head, which they only painted his pupil. They didn't bother painting his mouth, but they did paint his little horns here, which I am thankful for. And now that I think about it, they actually forgot to put the horns on this little Shockwave. Because you can see where these things jut out to the back, which are the same things right here. They jut out to the back. He doesn't have his little horns. I mean, look at him from the front, he does, but those are sticking out of the back of him. Huh. Strange. Don't know why they did that, but okay. He does have his little wings here, which, much like the Voyager, he does have it, and if you don't like them, you can just flip them down. But on this guy, I think they do look quite cool. The Voyager, I think they look stupid, but he does have a little spine right there. No kind of hose that connects to the gun, which I am actually thankful for. Of course, he still does have the weird face on his gun. If it were to fire, you would push the missile in, and then if you slid it back, it would force the missile back out just using friction, and the missile would fire. But, so yeah. He can hold Cyberverse weapons using his hand, and I thought there was a port somewhere on his arm, but there's not. There's not a port on his gun, so really, he can only use his hand to hold Cyberverse weapons, if I'm not mistaken. mistaken. Also, I forgot to mention he does roll in vehicle mode. He does have these big wheels right here, and then these smaller wheels there on the back. But very nice paint. I really do like the paint work. I mean, look at that purple right there. That is glorious looking. I mean, on the arm here too, that looks fantastic. I wish they would use this kind of paint on the nowadays figures. Like, I would love to see the purple on Mind Wipe from the new Titans Return line. I would love to see Mind Wipe with this kind of purple right here, just a little bit darker. I think that would look amazing. Or like this kind of purple or something like that on his little headmaster. Or just something like that. That would look awesome. But so pretty much all the details you would expect from Shockwave. He is a little bit hollow here on the backs, but I don't really care about hollowness as long as it's not blatantly out there. Like, as long as the inside of his arm's not hollow, because you can see that in some poses. But the only way you're going to see it if you have him in a pose where he's doing this. But I usually don't. I usually just have him in a pose where he is holding his gun like this or something. Articulation, the head does nothing, sadly, which really does suck. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, his shoulder pads actually can come off. If you pull them out, you pop off his arm, you can't actually take off his shoulder pads, which is really weird. I don't know why he can do that. I guess it's just because of manufacturing. It probably made it a little bit easier, but it's kind of weird. I don't really understand it completely, but okay. It's a little bit more loose on this arm, as you can see. It just kind of wants to pop out. But his arm can go all the way around. The shoulder plate can move separately. His arm is on a ball joint, so he can go in and out and all that good stuff. His elbow is on a ball joint. Same here. Elbow's on a ball joint. Same ball joint right there. Just it's a little bit more free to move because he doesn't have this huge cannon, which I do like. His legs are on a ball joint. He'll go that far forward. He'll go that far backward. He's got a knee bend. He's got a swivel here above the knee, and then you can move his toes up and down, which also there's some nice piston detail right on the inside of there. It's kind of cool. So yeah, overall, I really do like this guy. I don't remember when I bought him, but I know when I did, I was extremely excited because it was the only time I've ever seen him in the store. It was him and Hardshell, and I decided to go with him rather than Hardshell because I've heard the Hardshell one was good, but I'm a die-hard Shockwave fan. I love Shockwave. I will take any Shockwave toy that has ever existed, even if it was from Beast Wars, which I've looked into it, and sadly one doesn't exist, but I would take any Shockwave from any line any day, so, because I just love Shockwave. Shockwave is amazing, so there he is. Very cool figure. I do quite like him. I do recommend picking him up. Now setting him off to the side, let's get the voting down. So, man, that was a lot of talking. Now, for today's voting, we have the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Abominus. We have the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Commander Class Predaking, who doesn't want to stand for some reason. Why are you... Now you don't want to stand? Hang on. Technical difficulties. Just being stubborn. There we go. We have the Transformers Prime Commander Class Predaking and the Transformers Prime Deluxe Class Soundwave. So, and yes, they're all Transformers Prime. I couldn't really find anything better. So there they all are. We have the Transformers Prime Deluxe Class Soundwave, the Transformers Prime Commander Class Predaking, and the Transformers Prime Combiner. What was his name? Abominus. For some reason, I forgot his name. So there they are. Eye is always up at the top. Why can I not speak? The eye is always at the top. Choose which one you want to vote, and you will see them reviewed on Friday if I have the time. So setting them all off to the side, I have one more thing to show you. I'm working on a new combiner team, and much like Rapture the Heavenly Knight, I've decided to make her arch enemy, which is basically a demonic kind of transformer. And this is the body. I'm not going to show how it transforms, but I just figured I would show it. It is just a little scorpion. It's the base body design for Rapture. As you can see, this is his torso right there. So it is the base body. Just I obviously edited it to make it look like a scorpion with really dimpy little claws and really derpy looking eyes, and for some reason it has horns. So there's that. I don't have a name for him yet because it's going to be a male. Meant to be complete opposite. While Rapture is angels and brightly colored, this guy's going to be dimly colored and demonic themed. So there is that. And I will see you later, guys. Don't forget to vote. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you later. Peace.